Now, up next, we have a presentation from Miss Aniysa Faaiyza. Now, Aniysa is a human sex trafficking survivor. She's an author, a business owner, and she's an Army veteran. Please welcome Miss Aniysa to the stage.
Hi,
Hey,
thank you,
how are
Taylor.
you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm so awesome. Listen, I'm so happy to have you here. I know the people are ready to hear from you, so I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay. So, my name is Aniysa Faaiyza. I want to thank everybody who's watching today because if you're watching, you are a part of the solution, and that is very important and is very commendable. So, my name is Aniysa Faaiyza. I am a mother, a veteran, an author, and a serial entrepreneur. As Tula said, I am a sex trafficking survivor. One of the companies I have is the Feminine Fist, which is a company dedicated to providing women and the men who support them with the resources to protect, respect, develop, and nurture the divinity in women. On the site, thefemininefist.com, you can get a free guide on how to stop sex trafficking. So, as a survivor, I feel the obligation to raise awareness of what sex trafficking actually looks like, as opposed to letting people rely on the propaganda that the media often uses to get views and clicks. So if we know what it really looks like, then we can really protect ourselves. So what exactly is sex trafficking? Sex trafficking is human trafficking with the element of sexual exploitation through the use of force, fraud, or coercion. Let's get into the first solution. So the first solution is prevention. It is the most powerful solution. It is the most effective solution. And that is by creating bonds with your children. You want to create bonds that significantly decrease a sex trafficker's interest in your child. So a sex trafficker is not interested in a person that has somebody to call. So how do we do this? How do we raise children who are not afraid to confide in us? How do we raise children who trust that no matter what life brings their way, they have someone to help them navigate through it? We always hear the saying that kids don't come with books. There is no manual and we're going to make mistakes. And that is 100% true. But the truth of the matter is, it's 2021. And while children do not come with books, the information is out there. It is our responsibility to seek the information. We are responsible for the connection that we have with our children and if they feel safe with us or not. So the first thing we need to do is we have to build trust as early as possible. You cannot wait until your child is a teenager to wonder what they're getting into to start building trust with them. We have to start as soon as we can communicate with them, and that starts before they even begin to speak. So you want to follow through with everything you tell your child, because following through with them lets them know that you are reliable. As a parent, our job is to teach respect, and the best way to teach our child respect is by respecting them. You want to be 100% honest with your child. So this can be very hard when we feel like our children is asking us questions that are not age appropriate. But the truth of the matter is, if your child is asking you the question, something has presented itself in some way, shape, or form, so they are exposed to it. That is the time when you need to answer their questions 100% honestly. And you need to listen to them without overreacting. So when they are young, that's usually pretty easy. But when they become teenagers and they are saying crazy stuff and you like, where did I go wrong with them? And you're like, why is she thinking this? It's okay to think that, but do not say it. Listen to them calmly. And when you respond to them with respect. And except for belittling them, like some people do, you just need to say, you know what, did you think about it this way? Like just effectively communicating with them keeps the bond, and become a master at explaining. So back in the day, it was much more common to hear because I said so. Now, because I said so does not cut it, because it's too much information out here. So children seek information constantly. Explaining to them why they can or cannot do something, or why they should or should not do something, is much more effective than because I said so. And it lets them know that they can rely on you and trust what you're saying. They are not going to put what somebody else is saying over what you are saying, because you are explaining it to them. And be consistent. This is the last part of this part, and that is be consistent. You cannot be irrational today and then understanding tomorrow and expect that they can trust you with everything. You need them to trust you with everything, no matter how scary it is. And let them know under no circumstance are they ever alone. So a child or person that holds this type of relationship is very, very hard to traffic. Why? Because traffickers need to know that you are alone. Traffickers need to know that you have nobody to call on. And that is when they launch their attack, I guess. So as for prevention, there's a couple other things that we can do besides raising strong-minded children. The other thing we can do is we can put pressure on local and state politicians to put sex trafficking on their agenda. We need to push for policies to be put in place that mirror Sweden's abolition model, which has reduced Sweden's sex trafficking by 50%. We can also show up to school board meetings and write to the school districts requesting that sex trafficking education is added to their curriculums. Informed children are safe children. We can also request that school staff are trained in seeing the signs that a student may be trafficked and how to go about reporting the situation to get the child some help.